Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our angel guidance reading for Wednesday, October 24th, 2018. Just taking a moment to ask God and the angels what it is we need to focus on going into our day today. Apparently there's quite a bit, something to take with us into journaling or meditation, and journaling feels like a big one for someone today. It feels like you're just denying yourself the ability to express yourself through your written word. Write it out. It's okay. And yeah, it feels like a burden, but once you get started, it'll be fine. The first card that pops for us today is let your past go. Sometimes we let the things from the past haunt us, stay with us. It's almost like we like to beat ourselves up about it a little bit because we were worthy of being treated like not well in our past. So we seem to think that we're still of the same, don't treat me well in this portion of our life. We're actually being asked to go back and to forgive your inner child, forgive your past self for all of the things that you feel you did wrong, and recognize that there were things that were beyond your control. There were things that you just were not able to work with and to deal with at that point in time in your life. Let it go. Digging it back up and blaming yourself for it over and over again is not serving you nor anyone else. Let it go. Just let it go, babe. Journal it, let it go. The next card that pops for us this morning is there's nothing to worry about. We seem to spend a lot of time wondering about the what ifs. What if this happens and then that will happen, and then what if that happens and then this happens? We managed to plot out a whole path of what could go wrongs based on things that haven't even happened yet. If we come back to stay just in the moment that we're in and focus on where we are in the here and the now, there truly is nothing to worry about, because in this moment, we're safe, we're protected, we have everything that we need here in this moment. And if we live each moment in its own moment, there's nothing to worry about, because in each moment of every day, we are protected, we are taken care of, all of our needs are met. Keep your eye open for that. The next card that pops for us today is Blessing in Disguise. I'm sorry that you want to be very angry and hold on to this. It's your blessing in disguise. It feels like the catalyst that you've prayed for, the thing that it's almost like you said, okay, God, if that's what I meant to do, show me how to get there. And then God brought you the bridge to get there, and you went, well, that's not what I wanted. That's not the way that I wanted. We kind of don't get to control the way things come into our life. We just get to ask for what it is that we feel we want. And then God brings it to us in the best way that he feels will drive us toward what we've asked for. This is your blessing in disguise. I know it doesn't look like one, it doesn't feel like one, and it feels really heavy and icky and awful, but it's your blessing in disguise. It's the catalyst you've asked for to be able to launch yourself forward into the new life you wanted, if you choose to embrace it. If not, then that's your choice, and what will may. The next four cards, I was thinking, okay, I'll read them separately. They're like, no, they all go together. There's child, new partner, wedding, and time to go. It feels like a whole package deal, like everything that you, and again, with the blessing in disguise, it feels like everything you want has like arrived, but it's not exactly the way that you wanted it to be, so it doesn't feel like a blessing for you. It feels like a burden for you because you're not recognizing that it's kind of what you asked for, but not in the package that you thought it would arrive in. With the child and the time to go card, again, they're referring to our inner child, to going back and forgiving ourselves from our childhood. Because as adults, sometimes we look back at our childhood and go, you know, had I been smarter when I was a child, I could have this. Had I been faster when I was a child, I could have that. Had I been whatever more of when I was a child, the outcome would have been different. It still would have been the same. You needed to experience all those life lessons along the way to become the person that you are in the here and the now. Going back and like thoughtfully, or not so thoughtfully, bringing the shoulds to your inner child or the child of your past is just holding them responsible for things that were way beyond their control. And thank you, Janice, for this. for things that were way beyond their control, and it's like adding insult to injury. So while your inner child is already suffering, good morning, Krista, your inner child is already suffering from the hurt, the pain, and the frustration of the past. Here you are as an adult looking back at your inner child saying, you should have. You should have been better, smarter, faster, thinner, anything. But your inner child is your little you, and they did the best they could with what they had in that moment. As we grow up and as we learn more and as we did more, we did better with what we had in each moment. So go back and forgive your inner child, forgive your little self, and forgive yourself of the here and the now for thinking those things of your inner child or your little you. New partner and wedding. Initially I thought, oh great, somebody's getting married, and they're like, no, it's a whole new business thing. You're coming together in like a union of two businesses that are coming together to create something epic and awesome. Initially it may feel like a struggle for you to work with this person because of all like the red tape and the documentation. Good morning, Tara, so wonderful to see you. You're most welcome, love. The new partner, the wedding, it may feel like a struggle because of all the red tape, the documentation, the paperwork, the blah, blah, blah. Talk it out. Like I get like a scratchy throat, which indicates that you're not being verbally honest with with what you feel you need to say. Talk it out with the person that you're going into this work relationship with. Let them know exactly who you are and where you stand. And don't sell yourself short. And maintain who you are. If you don't feel like it's an honest, truly wonderful venture for you, don't step forward and initiate it. Be true to you, be authentic, be real. Stick to who you know you are. We should always strive to be more like, I don't like that word at all. It's our desire to always strive forward, to be better, to be more, to be whatever. But in any given moment of every given day, we're exactly perfectly who and where God created us to be. Striving for more is wonderful, but be authentic and be true to yourself in going forward and looking for it. So there was a lot going on today. Release your past, let go. There's nothing to worry about if you're staying in each and every moment. There's truly nothing to worry about because we're protected, loved, and honored in the space we're in this here and this now. Embrace what's going on around you as your blessing in disguise. Again, it feels like exactly what you've asked for, which is the catalyst to help you move forward, but it didn't come in the package that you wanted it to or suspected that it should. And again, I don't like that word. But because it didn't arrive the way you wanted it to, it doesn't feel like a blessing for you. It feels like a burden or a curse. Child and time to go, again, refers back to releasing how we view our participation in our childhood. And new partner and wedding. Again, it's a good time. There'll be a new partnership. It's a good time to move forward with it. But if you're not being authentic to who you are and what your true desires are and what you're willing to stand for and what you're not willing to accept, you might want to rethink things. So I hope you all have a wonderfully awesome day today. Pray that your angels walk with you always. Love yous. Bye.